Lucas Bergvall, what a player, what a performance, and to top it off with a goal that could send Tottenham to Wembley, because by the time the second leg comes about, Tottenham could have some key players back from injury like Romero, like Van de Ven. Now, Anfield is a difficult place to go. But Ange always said he wins a trophy in his second season, and could it be the year for Tottenham? We'll talk about that later, but I'm going to break down the game. I'm going to break down my thoughts on the game. I'm going to talk about Bergvall, the new goalkeeper. What a debut from him. I want to talk about Spence. Solanke's centre-forward play for the goal was excellent, because Konate, for me, is one of the best-built centre-backs in the league. If you can do that against Konate, you are a top-level centre-forward, because nobody I've seen do that to Konate lately, because Konate's been a monster this season. I also want to talk about Archie Gray and the Tottenham's youth and the project they've got. And I'm a Man United fan that's been quite positive about Spurs and the AMS project and understood the injuries, because the youth that Tottenham have, and I think it's very exciting for Tottenham. I'm going to talk about that. I'll talk a little bit about Liverpool. I thought Van Dijk was the best player on the pitch today. I thought he was monstrous. I thought Slot could have put Harvey Elliott on, could have done a few things. But look, the main talk is going to be Bergvall should have been sent off. Bergvall should have been sent off. Okay, look, I'll be honest with you guys. If that was against Man United, I'd be fuming. If Bergvall had done that against Manchester United, I'd have been absolutely fuming. But you know what? The first yellow card that he got wasn't a yellow card, but the foul he didn't get booked for was a yellow card. 100% was a yellow card. He got away with one there. But I thought Tottenham were the better team. Liverpool fans could cry all they want. I'd be fuming if that happened to me. But Tottenham were the better team. Bergvall was my man of the match before the goal anyway. And the first one wasn't really a yellow card. So I'd be fuming. But look, Liverpool, you've got a game at Anfield. You can easily turn it around. Liverpool have turned down 1-0 deficits loads of times. Liverpool can easily turn this around. And I thought Van Dijk was excellent. But I will say this. Slot has normally got his subs and his tactical changes spot on. But I thought Elliott should have come off for Curtis Jones today. Maybe Salah looks exhausted. Maybe Salah could have been rested for Chiesa. Try something different. Spence. Yeah, Salah pretty locked down, to be honest. So yeah, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about general opinions. I did have the stats up here a second ago. Liverpool had 4 big chances to, Tottenham had 4 big chances to Liverpool's 3 big chances. It was a game where I can't believe it was a 1-0. It could have been a 2-1. It really could have been a different game as well. But Tottenham's goalie made 6 saves as well. So big up to him. Really impressive debut. Liverpool obviously had more possession. Tottenham had the highest sort of XG. Liverpool did have the higher expected threat. This and that. Just going through the squad, Son was the only Tottenham player I don't think is 100% at it. And Kulu. Kulu looks exhausted, to be fair to him. Hope Bentancur's okay. Son is a bit hit and miss at the moment. I think he's getting to that age where he needs to play once a week. Great, excellent. Dragusin, excellent. What a block off the line. Pedro Porro, solid game. Probably could have scored, actually, that chance when Bergvall pressed Alisson there. Kinsky, unbelievable performance from him. He should be really happy with that. Him and Bergvall for man of the match for me. Spence, fantastic performance against Salah. Basuma, considering he was on a yellow most of the game, did very, very well. I thought Liverpool's best player was Virgil van Dijk, in my opinion. And that isn't even because he got the highest over score rating, but I thought the players around him let him down a bit. I think Liverpool have looked a little bit more gettable out of possession in recent games. Just a little bit more gettable. But let's talk about it. I thought both teams looked leggy and exhausted at times, to be honest. And I think the Tottenham players put in a real shift. When you look at the setbacks, Tottenham had the injuries, the players missing, where they've been. Tottenham obviously, I think, deserve something out of that game. They put in a shift, they put in a performance, because both teams look knackered, both teams look exhausted, both teams look like they could do with, you know what, a solid 2 weeks off, and I think both teams will come back really fresh. I do. I think Liverpool look leggy and exhausted, but they've got a game. Is it like Accrington and Stanley at the weekend? So they can rest everyone. Tottenham play, is it not Tranmere? It's Hamworth, is it? Is it? I don't know who you play. You play that team that's near Birmingham, so you can rest as well. But yeah, Lucas Bergvall, man of the match to me. And it wasn't just for the goal. The work rate, the pressing, almost forced Alisson into mistake. I'm surprised Kelleher didn't play that game when he won the ball back, you know. I thought he was excellent. And also when he gets the ball, the way he can ping it out wide, get movement playing, because Ange likes to progress a lot out wide, like ball carries, he can ping it, get the ball playing forward. He's a very progressive player, and I really like that about Lucas Bergvall in his game. Solanke looked very exhausted in the first half for me. But he still delivered. Obviously, the offside goal I thought was a really well played by Solanke. The run, the finish, narrowly offside. But I thought to do that against Konate of all defenders, you know, this isn't like someone like Lissandro Martinez that isn't the most physical, this is Konate. Konate, for me, when it comes to out of possession, Konate and Saliba are the perfect mold of centre-backs when it comes to out of possession because they're strong, they're quick, they're fast, they're physical. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that he turned and did that and played that pass into Bergvall, the way that he held off Konate and then played the pass perfectly to Bergvall, good finish from Bergvall, fantastic, and good run from Bergvall, but he led the line so well. So well. I think I actually included my tweet this was my tweet on Solanke. Because I saw a lot of people call Solanke a flop because he had like 1 game or 2 games where he didn't score. And also after the Southampton game, apparently Solanke was a flop because he didn't score when they scored 5 goals. According to people online that probably watched 1 game of Tottenham and thought, you know what, I'm going to call him a flop. Solanke, because a lot of his work is done out of possession, he doesn't get the credit he deserves because people that don't watch football or casuals won't see it. But he's the hardest working striker in the Premier League, in my opinion. And I said this, I can't believe how many people I'd seen call Solanke a flop online in recent months. Proper centre-forward play, 17 goals and assists this season, off the ball work rate, pressing, ability to drop deep, lead the line, hold off opponents. He's been outstanding. Hasn't even had a rest because Richarlison. I thought he was unreal. But let's go back. Spence really impressed me. He's had a lot of stick lately. I think Spence, passing, breaking the lines, there's elements of his game that he Ange probably is probably one of the reasons why Ange didn't favour him. But I always said I think Spence, Bergvall, and even Gray at times were players that I felt that Ange should have given a bit more minutes to, and Ange was quite stubborn or reluctant to do that. And I think the only good thing to come out of this injury crisis for Tottenham is to realise they can rely on Spence, because I felt that the fact that Udogie and Oporo are playing every week was a little bit unfair on Spence, because out of possession, athletically, he is a very good player. I understand there's limitations in terms of the long passing and stuff compared to like Oporo, but I felt he should be playing more, be getting more opportunities. And he looks quite comfortable on the left. He's played at centre-back. He's really stepped up. And Spence was a player that sometimes got slammed for attitude. And I think the fact that, he'd been on the bench a lot and he's had to work hard is done really well for him. But I thought Spence was really impressive. I think he probably deserved more opportunities earlier on. But obviously, Udogie and Porro were 2 of the best fullbacks in the league last season. I can understand why Ange trusts them. But my biggest criticism of Ange is a little bit of stubbornness to go with the same players. So the only, I think, good thing to come out of this injury thing was to see other players play and to see Spence get the opportunity and Bergvall get the opportunity when Bergvall should have been playing more. I did a video when Tottenham signed Bergvall because everybody knows I rate Bergvall highly. When he was on trial at Man United, I did a lot of research on this guy. I went and watched him out in Sweden. Big fan of Bergvall. And I think that's the only good thing to come out of that injury crisis for Tottenham. And even Archie Gray, I know he's not signed to be a centre-back, unbelievable. But yeah, I thought Slot should have made his subs earlier. I thought Harvey, for me, Curtis Jones, I think he's had a good season, but he was poor. For me, that game was crying out for Harvey Elliott, and I'm surprised that Slot didn't. But look, Tottenham, they're going to go to Anfield with a 1-0 lead with potentially Van de Ven and Romero back. So it could be an interesting game. Liverpool still fancy themselves, but could be an interesting game. And that's the first Liverpool loss since Forest. So big up to Tottenham for doing that, because Liverpool have been incredible this season. It is weird that whenever a team plays Manchester United, they lose the next game this season. So Liverpool lost Forest, which was the game after Manchester United. Brighton beat Man United, lost the next game. Tottenham beat Man United. I think you lost the next game to like Crystal Palace or something. Every team that's beaten Man United this season, I think bar Bournemouth, have gone and lost the game after. Although he didn't beat us, he drew to us. But yeah, but it's a curse. It's a curse, not Tottenham. Sorry, Liverpool drew to us actually, so they didn't beat us. But there seems to be a curse. Anyway, I saw this tweet and by Lily White Lab saying, "Don't underestimate the magnitude of the result. Our whole 11 looked dead on their feet, missing major players. To a man, they continued to fight through the fatigue and came out the other side. Gray, Bergvall, Kinsky, all just kids playing like the 30. Future's bright." And this is one of the reasons I'm positive about the Ange project. This is one of the reasons, because Lucas Bergvall, I did a video on him in the summer, unbelievable player. Archie Gray did a video in the summer, unbelievable player. They're 2 players that I'd done research on, and then Tottenham had signed them. I actually did a video back in April when I had Sonny on the channel, and I said, I think Tottenham should get Archie Gray. And in that video, and he hadn't even been linked to Archie Gray, you went and signed him. I also said Desiree Doué, who you were linked to, but you didn't sign in that video, because they were the 2 young players I was doing research on at the time. Lucas Bergvall was one I was familiar with because of the Manchester United links. And then Mikey Moore was, he's with Wanyeri. He's one of the best talents. So I did a couple of videos back in the summer on Tottenham Youth. So I'm familiar with their players. But Lucas Bergvall, so impressive. Because what impresses me about him is how technically he's really good and how physically he's really good. So he's got the mould profile-wise for a player. It's just about discipline, learning when to carry, learning when to pass. But I think Lucas Bergvall is an excellent player. And these stats here, 1 goal, 2 big chances created, 3 tackles, 2 clearances, 1 last man block, 3 chances created. He was unbelievable. Got the freedom to get forward, create chance, influence play. Literally 2 big chances created. He deserved that goal. I know you can say he could have been sent off, but I felt that he put in a performance that was deserving of his first Tottenham goal, the winning goal, and a goal that may let Tottenham go to Wembley. But I will say this, unpopular opinion, but I think Tottenham have a better chance of winning if they play Arsenal in the final than if they play Newcastle. I think Newcastle have a good record against Tottenham. I would fancy Tottenham more against Arsenal than Newcastle. Tottenham fans, let me know down below. But again, here's more detailed stats of him. Unbelievable. Ground coverage, off the ball work, pressing, phenomenal. He is an athlete. The amount he can run, press, his physical abilities, really impressive, really impressive. I tell you what, I'd like him at Man United right now. Technically really good. The little switches out wide, the carrying, really good. And this is what I said if you watched my Newcastle match reaction about Bergvall. I said physically did not look out of place against the Newcastle midfield three. Joelinton, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes been excellent this season. He would make the runs when he was carrying the ball, helping with progression. He can pass the ball, play the little passes outside, but as soon as he plays the ball, he makes the runs. He's such a progressive player, technically, physically, the profile you want in midfield. Raw, cool. Decision making, when to pass, when to carry, of course. That will improve. But the intent and intensity he shows to drive forward when he gets the ball, proper Ange player, proper footballer, proper player you like. And on top of that, has the ground coverage and everything else you want in a top player. Continuing on, I said this about Solanke earlier. I thought it was really good for the goal. Pythagoras and Boot said this about Kinsky. I don't know if I pronounced his name right. He said that was a top, Buffon Casillas performance. I mean, I wouldn't compare him to Buffon Casillas, but it was a proper top performance, and you can see why he's so highly rated. Really good distribution, handling. The way he was jumping up and catching balls that a lot of keepers would have to punch. He said springing, sharp reflexes, early days, but thrown into a semi and not phased. And I thought he's pretty right. I was really impressed by him, and I'm going to talk about him in more detail. But he's now kept as many clean sheets at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in domestic competitions this season as Fraser Forster and Vicario combined. Could he even take Vicario's spot long term? You never know. He'd definitely take Forster's spot, because I tell you what, Brandon Austin looked better than Forster in the game the other day. But anyway, he's just the second keeper to keep a clean sheet against Arne Slot's Liverpool after, obviously, Sells. The 21-year-old made 6 saves and prevented 1.45 XG. Top performance. And also, big up to Dragerson for that clearance on the line as well. Jed Spence, though, I thought he put in the top performance. And he's been a player that's been touted a flop and all of this and all of that, and had a lot of criticism around him. But he's really impressed me lately. 2 out of 4 successful dribbles, 6 passes in the final third, 2 out of 2 tackles won, 6 clearances, 3 header clearances, 8 ball recoveries, 7 out of 10 ground duels won, 1 out of 10 aerial duels won, 3 fouls won, 0 fouls committed. I thought he put in a really good performance against Salah and Bradley, and then Trent came on against a really difficult side. Liverpool have been the best attacking side in the league this season. I know they're exhausted, I know they had a drop off, but I thought he put in an unbelievable performance. And these were rough notes on Spence. Ball carrier, very calm, can link play, very athletically good. Very, very athletically good. And these were some notes I saw. I saw someone write this about him at the top. Buys himself time well and has an eye for a forward pass, showing a natural rhythm beyond the halfway line. Very composed and intelligent with the ball. Excellent ball winning manipulation. I saw someone else write that, and I thought they were spot on. I also think, in terms of his play, his reading of the game, his defensive side, his off the ball side is good. I think he's a good athlete, but he also looks very comfortable on the left. Very, very comfortable on the left. But he can carry the ball. He's physically good. I thought he had a really good performance against Salah. And then Kinsky, just for me, did really well under pressure, playing out from the back, making the catches as well. That little chip into Spence, calmness, control in tight situations. And I think Tottenham needed that. Liverpool's best player was Virgil van Dijk today for me, monster centre-back. But Liverpool do look a bit more shaky out of possession for me. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. I know I mostly spoke about Tottenham, but I think there was just a lot more to talk about Tottenham with the debutant and all of that. I would have liked to have seen Yang come off the bench or more for Werner, but who knows. But yeah, hopefully a Tottenham Newcastle final. As a neutral who also has a bit of a disliking for Arsenal and Liverpool, I would like to see a Tottenham Newcastle final. 2 teams haven't won a trophy in a while. I think it would be such a good game. But then I do think Tottenham have more chance of beating Arsenal, which might be an unpopular opinion, but I do. Anyway, they've got to go to Anfield. That's not going to be easy. Liverpool would definitely turn it around. But yeah, great performance from Tottenham.